In our current global climate, we're facing challenges never before experienced by this generation. Oppositions where no one seems to have clear directions or answers to the risks facing us. Confrontations like racial and gender unrest, political gerrymandering, toxic leadership, economic crisis, global pandemic, health threats, pre-existing medical conditions, isolation, boredom, and loneliness are driving people to desperation. As a result, people are confused, afraid, anxious, and perplexed, and they need answers to some tough questions and even tougher situations. They are looking into different outlets for answers to gain assurance and consolation. Some have drawn closer to the embrace of family, while others look more towards their friendships, education, and even religion. What we need is a fresh voice of truth and clarity, and not a stale religious echo from the past. There's a re-emerging voice on the horizon that isn't afraid to stand alone and give spiritual and mentally sound direction to a world searching for answers. G. Alfred Palmer offers a voice of sound human development and empowerment to those willing to hear. There's a need for new ideas to old principles, a perspective from a timeless origin, but with current vision, a thought leader who understands what it means to stand alone and speak truth when some are hard of hearing. But if you've been waiting to hear a voice that opens the gates of freedom and breaks the shackles of confusion to allow you to step forward into the dawning of a new and exciting future, then it's time to bridge the gap with Dr. G. Alfred Palmer. He is a dynamic speaker, thought leader, and entrepreneur, equipped to elevate, expand, and extend the development, empowerment, and leadership of his audiences. He stands ready to speak at your next event. His delivery is guaranteed to refresh, entertain, and transform. G. Alfred Palmer bridges the gap from uncertainty to the purpose, to passion, and leadership. Book him today for your next event, and you won't be disappointed.
Greetings. Dr. G here, and I'm really happy to be with you one more time here on Purpose Sphere. And I want to welcome you to a new broadcast. And I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit today. You see the ticker, and it tells us what the topic is. The topic today is vision, the picture of purpose. Now, I want to talk about, I have a couple other channels that I do several things on as well. And what I've come to realize is that, let me get my music here. There you go. What I've come to realize is that I need to share it on both platforms, but in a different perspective. What I'm going to share today, I'm going to share about vision, because I think vision is the most important thing, because what vision is purpose, and vision is purpose in picture form. And I've said time and time again that purpose is the most important issue facing humanity. So being that purpose is the most important issue facing humanity, that means arbitrarily that vision is hand in hand with that. We have a lot of issues, a lot of problems in our community, culture, and clan. People don't know what to do, what they're supposed to do. They don't understand that their life has a mission, design, and assignment. What I like about Purpose Sphere is I can be a little bit more spiritual than I am on my other channel, because the other channels are basically help to reach people on a less spiritual note, because we don't want to be offensive. We want to meet people where they are. But yet, even then, I do use some spiritual ideas that, well, they're all spiritual ideas, but I do sometimes get over a little bit more than I would like to on that station. But here, I'm really free to be able to do exactly what I want to do and talk the way that I want to talk. I don't have to be as guarded and as considerate about. And it's not that I'm not considerate on this channel, but I'm a little bit more less guarded. Okay. I want to talk about vision being the picture of purpose, and it's important that we understand how that comes about. And I have my creation matrix. I want to add it to the broadcast a little bit. I have a copy of it here, so because I can't see that, but I do have a copy of it here, so I can see this copy. And what's important to understand relative to vision, here's why vision is important. Vision is important because what vision gives us is literally gives us a picture of what we're supposed to shoot for and what we're here to accomplish. Basically, it's a Rembrandt or a Rembrandt of our life and what we're supposed to be doing with it. So many people ask the question, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? I don't know. There are people that we think that have arrived relative to what we deem as being successful in life, and yet they get there, and because they feel that they've arrived at something that's really nothing, that they get involved with drugs, alcohol, their behavior goes askew, and then some even harm themselves or others. And that's because they don't understand the necessity of purpose and the difference between purpose and when you have a idea to do something. There's totally different things. There's totally different than purpose, than you choosing to an avenue, or occupation, or a job, or a profession. A profession is what we should have, but most of us don't have a profession, and that profession is more in line with purpose than it is with anything else. So, but anyway, I think it's important for us to understand purpose and vision. If we get and obtain a vision, and we did have it, we did have vision. Vision came here with us, just because it's arbitrarily connected, invariably connected to purpose. And because they come inseparably, you have to understand that when purpose came, so did vision. But what happens is, like purpose, vision has the accoutrement of life, all of the different things, whether that be education, culture, society, religion, family, spouses, all these things get on top of purpose and silence purpose to the point that we have to rediscover it. When we talk about purpose, it's most readily available the younger we are in life. Mainly in our early, in our late adolescence, early teens, where we're more readily able to identify our purpose. But we don't have someone to lead us, to guide us, to understand the importance of purpose, and to help us to identify vision and how to go toward vision. Because we don't have that, we just get off track, and we find ourselves doing things and doing good stuff, but not the right thing. The right thing is purpose, but the bottom line is most of us are not doing purpose. And how do I know that? Look at the condition of our community, culture, and climate. And it's because of our individual lack of fulfillment of purpose, because everyone comes with an individual purpose, separate from anyone else. It is totally individualized. And it is for you to bring, we are a leader, we are a fixer of that very thing that our purpose has sent us for, and what our vision is pulling us, or in trying to invariably direct us toward. Okay, but we get sidetracked. And that's what we're here for. We're trying to help us find and form and fashion and bring into fruition our individual purposes here on the purpose sphere. Now, one of the things that needs to be related relative to purpose is that with purpose again comes our vision. Now, what is vision? Vision is, and it says ticking down the bottom, that vision is a picture of purpose. Now, how do we get purpose? And that's where the matrix comes in that you're seeing on the screen. I don't know if you're gonna let me. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to if you can see the pointer here, but I'm going to try to explain how purpose got here and how not only purpose but vision, how vision comes to play. Now, first of all, we have to look at through Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. Everything was created by who we call God, or who we call the Creator. I think the Creator is a better description because God is more of a religious term. Creator speaks more to the ability, not only the ability, but to the ownership. See, whoever the creator of a thing is owns it. Okay, and so it's important to understand that the Creator speaks to several different areas. It speaks to ownership, right? It speaks to legality. It speaks to it speaks to principles, and it speaks to the necessary areas it speaks of responsibility. Okay, it speaks of responsibility. It speaks of awareness. All these things that Creator does, it speaks to and holds the Creator responsible for these things. And so the Creator, being responsible, has legal right. Okay, and these legal rights are non-negotiable. And what we need to understand is that we are not our own. We think we are. We think that we own ourselves, when in all actuality, we were sent here to fix, to formulate, right? Something that we alone individually can do. No one else can do it. I hear people say, you need help, this, that, and the other, but purpose is only individualized, and it's the thing that only you can do. In this, how you figure out and strategize how to go about doing it and how to go about getting there. Let me get rid of this phone real quick so it doesn't ring. Okay. So now, when we start talking about purpose, the first thing we've got to understand is that the Creator, the Father, we call the Father, the Son, and Holy Ghost, or Spirit, or whatever you want to call it. But those Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Those are, even though they've been used as religious terms, they were not initially religious terms. They were terms that were very knowledgeable, very receptive, and very understandable by the culture at that time. They understood Father, they understood Spirit, and they understood Son. Those were very important aspects of culture. And it's the same way now. Just because we use certain terms, we have to understand that the Creator is bigger than those terms, but those terms help us to better connect with the idea and with the ideology of some of the characteristics of the Creator, as does Creator. Creator is because in all actuality, the Creator is bigger than just the word Creator. Actually, the Creator is the sum total of everything that was, is, and will be. So everything is the Creator and the responsibility of the Creator, and comes from the Creator and owned by the Creator. Okay, it's important. So this Creator, this owner of everything, and whenever a manufacturer makes a product, they are responsible for outlining a manual And this manual of operation dictates the legal means in which this particular product operates. Every time we open a box, no matter what it is, we open a box and first thing we take out is the manual. I took out all the instructions, and the instructions share with us and tell us the proper way for this particular product to be of service. So what are we basically saying? This manual or the instructions is the mind of the creator. It's the idea of the creator. It's the idea of the creator how to properly and legally operate and function the product. Now, some people will argue this, but I'm going to say that we come here with a manual. And I believe the manual is the Bible, but I don't believe the Bible is a religious book. I believe the Bible is BIBLE, Basic Instructions About Living Effectively. Basic instructions, not about, but about living effectively, BIBLE. And it's useful for all of us, not just religious. We've made it religious, just like we take other books that were not intended by the author to be used in a certain sphere or mode of operation. I think that's what we've done with the book that we call the Bible, that I call the biblical narrative. And so this biblical narrative, which outlines principles and laws, and it shows and it uses similes to show us, and it uses metaphors, different types of language to help us to paint a picture for each and every one of us to be able to see the vision of the biblical narrative. Okay. And so here we see a creator. Now, this creator that's created all things, okay, has, as we see here, we see the next is that it's mindfulness. Mindfulness means that the creator and mindfulness could probably be right there together on the same line. And mindfulness is the creator, and it is the mind, the thinking, the thought process of the creator concerning everything. It's full. The mind of the creator is full. Why? Because it has the fullness of everything. It encompasses everything. It created everything. It's responsible for everything. Okay? So it's important that we gain and understand that the creator has a mind, or is mind. I would say more is mindfulness is more fitting than we would say God, Father, Holy Spirit, Creator. But I would say it's more mind than anything, because it has thought process. It has to be thought process. And this thought process begins to formulate what I call mindedness. And that mindedness will come down. We'll see here mindedness, but mindedness comes from purpose. So mindfulness helps create purpose. Okay, that is an intentional idea. Purpose is an intentional idea that comes from the creator to address a specific need. A lot of times we talk about the whole idea of prayer, and what prayer is supplicating to the creator that which we have need of. Well, it's actually prayer is cyclical, because the creator initiates the idea of what's needed and gives it to us in this sphere, because there has to be an operational function, a place of impetus that works here in this sphere, not in the heavenly sphere, but in the earthly sphere where we live. So when we look at mindfulness and the creator mindfully sees a need, and through prayer we see that it comes down, and we think it's us getting the need or desiring to pray about something, when in all actuality it's come that desire, that inclination, that beating, that feeling really comes from the creator, who gave that to us, because the creator already knows what's needed. But needing someone in this sphere, because what operates in this sphere legally is humans, lawfully humans. God uses humans to operate and function in this way, in this sphere. Okay, so now, so prayer is really a cyclical idea of what God gives us and we give to God, and so in that legal gives God right to operate here once we've given the green light to say that we want that in this sphere. Okay, so even God gives us the inclination to move upon it. He has a way of operating and moving in our lives and allowing us to see the need for that particular thing or that particular purpose or that particular idea, and we pray about it. And as a result of that, we begin to see operation. And what happens is the Creator answers prayer through you. You were birthed as an answer to an idea, to a need here. Everyone is an answer to a need. Now the question is, what is that need? Well, the need that you are assigned is your purpose. What your purpose comes to fulfill and to fill the need that's the void in this place. And so when we look at the need, what comes down is purpose. Purpose brings with it a mindedness. See, mindedness, purpose and mindedness. And purpose is a specific idea. So is mindedness. Mindedness is a specific idea from Alpha and Omega of a specific operation, function of what we're supposed to do. This mindedness paints vision. Okay, I don't have that on there, but I need to add it. Okay, and so what function? So what mindedness does is bring purpose, and purpose, it paints a picture for us. When we see a picture, when we see the Mona Lisa or whatever picture or painting that you may have in your house, that is a vision. That picture is a vision. Okay, that picture, that vision that you see is purposed in picture form. That was the idea of the Creator. That was the idea. That picture on your wall. That was the idea. Being that was the idea, now understanding that it was the idea, now we can look upon that picture and gain an understanding of what happens and what needs to happen in order for us to continue on and be able to fulfill that picture. Now, one thing we've got to understand is this. That picture is purpose. And understand this about purpose. Everything that's needed to fulfill that picture, you have. You have a right to. It's legal for you to possess those things because it is abusive for the creator or the manufacturer of a product to send the product and not give everything that's needed for the product to be and to fulfill its purpose. Toyota's got to make the Corolla everything that it is for the Corolla to fulfill its purpose. If it doesn't, that would be abuse. If Toyota didn't, that would be abuse. It's the same thing with the Creator. Everything that you have need of to fulfill your vision or to fulfill your purpose and reach that vision that you're seeing, you have, and you have legal right to. You have it and have legal right to it. So it's important for us to understand that very important fact. So it's not even fact, it's truth. Now, when we start talking about purpose and vision, okay, vision is very, very important, and most people don't know how to gain it. And that's what we're going to be talking about in our next video. We're going to talk some more about vision and how we go about getting it. We're going to also talk about the benefits, and we're going to talk about the disadvantages of not having vision. We're going to talk about some very heady stuff And it's important that we gain a better understanding of what vision is. I was thinking about this as well. Some people think that vision isn't real. When they see that vision, that picture, they say, well, it's not in reality. Your purpose has not come into reality. Well, here's why that's not true. It is real. Vision is real. Because what vision is a picture of what the Creator has spoken. And what the Creator has spoken is. It's not will be or can be, it is. Because the word of the Creator, when it goes out, it is when the Creator says. Now what we've got to do is bring that manifestation of that which already is into this sphere. And that's when we have to do our part. And that's our part to understand, first of all, that the principles of what goes into bringing that into fruition. And we're going to talk about those things. Some of those principles that are important to bringing, I call them purpose provisions. I call them provision of purpose, the process of purpose. And those are faith, work, access, again, provision, binary, awareness, consciousness, cooperation, and process. We're going to talk about all those words and the importance of how principle helps bring us to a place to understand that vision is real and bring it into this sphere in which we live. We have to understand there's two spheres. See, in this particular matrix, what we see here, right here, is where the spheres differ. There's an upper sphere and there's a lower sphere, and this is what we call heaven, and this is what we call earth. Anything below this, right? And so we call anything that operates here is sphere, realm, earthly, atmosphere, or environment. See, it's all right here. And in order for things that come operate in this sphere, they have to meet certain requirements in order to operate in this function and function in this sphere. And there's a transformation that takes place from this sphere to this sphere in order for it to operate lawfully. Some people would think that some things are able to come in here into this sphere unlawfully. No, it cannot. That's religion. Everything that's here has a function, even though you may not understand or agree with it, but it does have a function. But in order for it to get here, it has to first come from this realm, and then it has to meet certain legalities to begin to come into this area here and to operate. I know I'm cutting myself off here. Move this way. Okay. So when we talk about this sphere here, this realm, this earth atmosphere and this environment, we have to understand that there are some changes that take place. And the first thing that is called is binary. Binary, and everything operates with binary influence, binary incursion, binary operation, binary functionality, binary transformation. So there's always going to be a masculinity and a femininity. Up here, before masculinity and femininity became the ITY, we look at the degree. Anytime we talk about a degree of something, we're talking about the science of it. The degree of something talks about the building of it. It talks about the stature. It talks about the increasing or the decreasing of a thing. It talks about how it operates and how it functions. And so here, masculine, feminine in order for it to come and operate lawfully in this sphere, it had to take off the E and put on the ITY. It had to take off the E, masculine, feminine, and put on the ITY, masculinity and femininity. All things operate in this sphere with the same, under the same guise of masculine, feminine, or binary. And here's, I was talking with a lady this week, and she was talking about, and this is what happens quite frequently. We take our personal experiences and we make that a structure for how we see and view life, because we think that that's the only way it can work out, or it's supposed to work because it's the way that it worked out in our lives. Just because it worked that way in your life does not mean that is what is arbitrarily the correct and legal and lawful way that was really supposed to be to operate and function. And so many times we look at our failures or our lack or the thing that we didn't fulfill, and we put that and say it must be God's will. No, it's not. We failed in some shape, form, or fashion, and we need to own up and take the responsibility for that, and say that we need to do better because we really missed it in this particular area. Now, so it's important that we understand that vision is real. Vision is real. Vision is as real as purpose is. Both are connected. If vision is real, purpose is real, because vision is purpose in picture form. So it's important that we gain a better understanding of vision, so that we can begin to grasp what we're supposed to be doing. Because some of us are visual. We have to see some things. Okay, so, and that's fine, because vision gives us that ability to see some things. But yet there's some of us that are more auditory, and what vision does too is vision speaks, and purpose speaks. Purpose speaks through different means here, and it speaks primarily through the scientific method. And so what we have to do is through science is we begin to find out how purpose speaks to us and allows us to find it or rediscover it. I'm excited. That's what purpose does. And so I was sharing with a lady about one of the sciences that speaks is that about purpose is the science called phenomenology or harmonomics, and that's the idea of the meaning of proper names. Your name means something, and your name is what is purpose in auditory form. I'll say that again. Your name is purpose in auditory form. Just like Jesus's name was purpose, his purpose in auditory form. See, what we want to do is we've misunderstood who Jesus was. Jesus was the epitome of the human that the God man, if you would, which we all are. We are part human, part God. We are children of God. We are in the Old Testament. It says sons. Sons talks about kinship or relationship. Okay, and we have that. We have that, and we have the human side, right? So there is that piece that we are both part divine and part human. You know, we and some people will call them demigods. No, we're human. We're human, right? But the bottom line is this: that we have a purpose. This is what's most important. You have a purpose, and that purpose is to address your specific area. And there's science that helps speak to that. Okay, if you can't get the picture, you can hear it, and if you can't hear it, then you can get the picture. And maybe if you get both, that's even best. That's best, right? If you can see it and hear it, right? All right, so I want to share that with you. We're going to continue to move forward as we continue to share about purpose, and we begin to share more about vision. I want to share a book with you, and it's by my mentor, who has since transitioned, And I'm trying to get the book. There you go. I gotta get the timing right here. Okay, the principles and power of vision. Keys to Achieving Personal and Corporate Destiny by Dr. Miles Monroe. Now, this book is very, very important in helping you gain a better understanding of vision. I would recommend that book to you. There's a number of other books I'm going to be bringing to you as well. I'm going to also put this in the description so that you can have it and go out and get it on Amazon or whatever, and begin to study and get a better understanding of what vision is. Okay. All right. So that's all I'm going to go for in this broadcast, and we're going to pick it up in our next broadcast. And we're going to go a little bit further because I want to talk about some other things relative to purpose or actually vision. I want to talk about the power of vision, right? The power of vision. And it's interesting. I have several books here that talks about the power of vision. Okay, and there's others. There's books all back here as well about vision and about purpose and things of that nature. So I'm looking forward to sharing with you. So we're going to talk about how to capture vision, how to go about getting it and bringing it into this sphere. Okay, we're going to talk about those kinds of things. Oh, it's so much that we're going to do. Oh, it's so much. It's so much. And so we have to, and I need you to do this for me. Let me see if I've done this. I don't think I have. Okay, I have. Okay, I need you to go ahead and look at my email address that's tickering underneath the screen, and I want you to write to me if you have any concerns, you have any questions or comments. Let's start an exchange. Let's start an exchange of talking about how we can answer some questions that you may have. So it's the email address is going underneath, and we're going to also be sharing with you. I have to put on there the Facebook page and the Twitter page as well. So I'll put those on there, and so that you'll have those as well. And get in touch and let's talk. Let's I get phone calls, and I like it, and it takes up time because it really does, because I have so much going on, and then sometimes it puts me behind in other things. I can't take phone calls as readily as I used to, but the emails are that makes it possible. And then what's also going to make possible, you can come on while I'm on air, while I'm broadcasting. We can have a chat, and so we're going to put that in there for you to be able to do that as well. So we can talk here on the broadcast. We'll put a timer up, give you some time to talk, and we'll move on from there. And if there's more that you want to talk about, we can do that through email. We have an online institute where a lot of the things that we talk about is written. There's literature, there's things that you can get that may answer questions, and if not, we can talk further from after you've read some of the material. Maybe those things will answer your questions that we won't have to go into in depth here on the air. So that's where we are right now. I'm going to end it with that and say that I really enjoy doing this, and I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be helping people find purpose, and what that does is that's going to heal the ills of our community, culture, and clan. And I'm looking forward to helping you to find, to form, to focus, and bring into fruition your individual purpose. So until the next time we come together, this is Dr. G, and I am just so happy to have spent this time with you. And I would say that I'm hoping that we can do this again. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell so that you know when we're dropping more content. So until next time, Dr. G, and I'm out.